If you're seen to be speaking a lot of free events, it completely devalues your personal brand, and it means that a lot of paid events won't invite you to speak. That's the truth though. Like, I mean, for example, if I seen 10 speakers at, I'm not going to name the conferences because I don't want to do that, but a major UK search conference, and if I seen them speaking for free there every year, can I actually sell in a ticket for a few €100 in my conference for that speaker? Because I'm maybe going to be overlapping with their marketing and their audience. No. That's the harsh truth. And the speaker would tell me, okay, but like we might deliver a high quality presentation at yours, not in terms of deliverability, but in terms of the content. I'll put more work into that deck. But you need to be in attendance maybe at both conferences to know the difference. So like, how can I sell that person?
Okay, so what would you say to speakers then who would say, okay, but I mean, I'm trying to build up more of these gigs, and in order for me to do that, I need some experience speaking at events. So the first events they're going to get the opportunity to speak at are free ones. So inevitably, people are going to take up offers to speak at those free ones.
Depends, right? If they're starting out completely new as a speaker, start with smaller meetups anyway. Build up your trust in the market, and you'll start to establish yourself a little bit, and you'll start to get a bit of confidence. Move on then to maybe a bigger free event. But you need to pick a point in your career whereby you're actually moving on completely to the next level. I think that's the thing here is you gotta say no more often, be pickier, stop just thinking about what you're going to get as a speaker from it, which is also building your audience, potentially business leads, international travel. The reality of that is, coming back to the conference organizer perspective, is where was that person last speaking? What was the last 5 conferences speaking at? Like, I've seen people go from, like, I'll give you an example, one speaker. We had one person speak at our January meetup this year. Now, she hadn't spoke at many conferences before, but I suspected she was great. She spoke at our pint-sized marketing meetup. And she was. I remember saying to her just after, I can see you on a MozCon stage or somewhere shortly, because I see the confidence in you. And then she started to pitch bigger conferences, and she actually landed a speaking gig at MozCon in Seattle. And since then, she's been going on to much bigger paid conferences, but she's not speaking as many of those free events anymore. She's got what she needed in terms of getting in front of the audience. We recorded the talk, it helped her to pitch the bigger events, it built trust in her as a speaker, but then she's moved on. But yet, there's a lot of people that have moved on who are at her level and have moved back then in terms of the free meetups and events. And I run a lot of free events, and of course, if I can get major speakers speaking at them, great for me. Like, I mean, that's great. But if I'm running then the 2-day Learn Inbound conference, I'm thinking, okay, where have these people spoken last? And I think once you've affiliated your personal brand with some major conferences, it's so much easier to open up other ones.
Okay, so it's interesting. So because the natural assumption would probably be, from anybody trying to get more speaking opportunities, would be build a portfolio, do a whole load of free events. So what you seem to be saying is that a better approach would be to put a value on your contribution, to understand the value that you're going to offer, and position yourself in such a way and target fewer, better respected conferences. If that's a route you're trying to take to secure more speaker slots, then that would be the best way to do it. If your aim is just you like standing on stage in front of people because you get a buzz out of presenting, or because it generates a few sales leads for you, then by all means take all the free slots that you want. But if you're trying to move up to higher conferences, then attributing similarly to the difference between running a free event and then trying to sell tickets is difficult. So doing free speaker slots and then trying to charge for them,
it's tough.
It's tough.
Like, I mean, a speaker will always have a different perspective than the organizer. You know, like for a speaker, I see some, and I know some that speak at maybe 30, 40 events per year. But yet they won't get back to those major conferences, the real higher paid ones in terms of ticket price. They won't get back in those stages because the organizers there will look at them and think, yeah, but sure, like, I mean, what different are going to really add to our stage? But we're charging $1,000 per ticket. So it depends on your goals. Coming back to what you said, is if you want just business development leads, you want to build your personal brand, great, go out there. Speak at whatever events you want. Don't worry about free or paid. Maybe focus on the audience size, whatever it is. But if you really want to build yourself in terms of respect among the major conferences, you need to pick a point whereby you stop the smaller ones. stop the free ones, because it's very hard to sell, you know. And that's what it comes back to, is to a conference organizer, a speaker is an asset. You know, you need to be able to sell it. And if you can't sell it in terms of your marketing campaigns, because they've been everywhere and there's no overlap between audiences, then you're going to struggle. And yeah, your conference might have other USPs, but the speakers are one of the major factors that make a success, and they're the major thing you're promoting your marketing. So if they're everywhere, what makes you different? That's a tough thing. And it's hard to have that conversation. But I've been there. It's upset people. But it's your event. You gotta set the standard and choose the rules.